He is a multi-talented actor and producer, one of Hollywood's true stars. Everybody, please welcome back to the show, the one and only Mark Wahlberg.
Staying out of trouble.
You're looking good, man. You're looking good.
I hope you have a good security team. Do you?
I don't have. No. Yes, I actually do. We brought in very nice.
We brought in extra security, so you're good.
No,
and you know what, man? I must say, you're a true Bostonian, which. You know, most guys from Boston and I don't get along, but you and I actually do. Because you're a big Red Sox fan, you're a big Celtics fan, you're a big Patriots fan. Yeah. But the Red Sox and Yankees played this weekend. Are you going to go check that out?
No, I won't be. I'll actually, I'm going to be in France this weekend. So I'll be, well, I'm promoting the movie.
Right, Transformers.
So, yeah, they pay you really to promote the film, not necessarily to act in the film.
You've been doing it for like a month. You've been traveling.
I was in Australia. I just came back from China, going to Paris and then to Berlin, and then back home.
But you know, but for someone who's not a movie star, it sounds like, oh, you get to travel to all these great places. Do you really get a chance to enjoy it, or is it all work?
It's all work. I mean, I just saw Hong Kong and Shanghai from a hotel room window.
Wow.
That was it.
And do these have the internet? YouTube?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
But you know what? At least I get to find places I would like to go back and visit, and hopefully convince my family to go with me this time.
Let me ask you, you're a Boston fan. I dated a Boston sports fan, and he was so emotional about it. Every time the Red Sox would lose, we would get in a fight and break up, and they lose a lot.
They do lose a lot, but you know what? They won a couple of World Series. I think 10 years they won 3.
Right.
So you know,
that's not bad.
We can get back together.
Maybe we can.
It's a good ratio.
Are you very superstitious, about things? I could only sit on one part of the couch when the games were on.
Well,
is that emotional abuse? Now that I think about it?
I remember watching Michael playing the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and I invited some friends over to watch the game. And as soon as we lost, I kicked everybody out of the house. and my wife was like, "It's only a game," and I turned around, and it was one of the few times that I swore at her, saying, "You don't know what the..." And I was in big trouble. Thank God. Valentine's Day is right after the Super Bowl, which worked out perfectly.
I wonder if that's planned.
But now she's a big Heat fan, so the Heat lose. I was away, and she's sending me videos of my kids being upset when they lost to the Spurs. And then I didn't get any videos from her when the Heat lost. And she was so upset she doesn't want to talk about it. But now she finally understands how emotionally connected you are to it.
That might be your irreconcilable differences, actually.
Well, let's hope LeBron goes elsewhere. You know, he's probably opting out of his contract. Yeah. So I think she'll follow LeBron as opposed to staying.
Yeah, he opted out. And now I heard you lost 60 pounds for this movie, the remake of The Gambler.
Yes.
The James Caan film. Yeah. But you look great. But how did you lose 60 pounds?
Starving.
What were you?
What were you? You don't look like you could lose 60 pounds.
I played a literary professor, here's a picture here, who has quite a few addiction issues. So, but I just jumped rope. I was on a liquid diet for 6 weeks, and I basically didn't eat anything. I was miserable for 4 months. But then I had to put it all back on because I had to do additional shooting for Transformers. And when Michael Bay saw me, he was like, "Dude, you're smoking crack. What's wrong with you?" Yeah.
He's smoking crack.
Mark Wahlberg's weird brother that they don't want to let out of the house. So I literally, it's a lot easier though putting it on. So I put it on pretty quickly. But,
meanwhile, were you?
I was miserable. I was absolutely miserable.
You cool to
nobody wanted to be. No, nobody wanted to be around.
Now you know what it's like to be a woman all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wanted to be around me, and I don't want to ever do it again.
Yeah.
Don't ever want to have to do it again.
Stick to the beefier roles, maybe.
Yeah.
And you're the youngest of 9. I'm the youngest of 6. And you're the youngest of 9.
You were clearly planned.
Yes.
Did you get away with a lot more than your siblings? You got this woman here is funny, man. You got to watch out.
That's why my wife follows her on some sort of social media platform.
But did you get away with a lot more than your siblings? Your parents just tired
yes
at
and
that
no.
point?
Did they even know you? By 9, you're like,
Yes and no. You know, it's funny because my dad, when my mom was pregnant, he would basically drop her off at the hospital and say, "Call me when you're done." Right?
Well, you guys probably had like an MVP parking spot.
Yeah. So I'm telling my wife this, and she's like, because of course I'm there for the birth of every one of my children, and we stay in the hospital together. And but my dad also had a couple of kids from another marriage, and my mom had a couple of miscarriages late in the pregnancy. So there would have been 11 of us, and then the 4 or 5 that he had running around elsewhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you get beat up a lot as a kid?
Absolutely.
Good.
And so I got beat up until a certain age, and I could beat up on my brothers and sisters. And oh yeah, my sisters were meaner than my brothers.
And we gotta take a quick break. And when we return, we're gonna find out which the celebrity that Mark is always mistaken for. More about Wahlberg in a minute. We're back with Mark Wahlberg, star of Transformers: Age of Extinction. Now, who does a lot of people mistake you for? And when they mistake you for this person, what do you say?
Matt Damon and I get mistaken for one another quite a lot, and I never say anything. So if somebody says, "Hey, Matt, I loved you in The Bourne Identity," I'm like, "Thank you." They want to take a picture. And it's like, what am I gonna have to explain to them, make them feel bad? No, I just say thanks. It's all good.
What do you think Matt says?
You know what? I don't know. But I remember one time it came out of the trailer here. I was shooting in New York. And the lady was like, "Oh my God, Brad Pitt." I goes, "No, Tom Cruise." She goes, "Tom, I love you." Crazy, gave me a big hug and everything. I was like, okay.
That's a pretty good person to get mistaken for. I get mistaken for Fran Drescher. So, not funny.
At least you don't sound like Fran Drescher.
I sound exactly like Fran Drescher. Does that not sound Fran Drescher to you?
Not really.
Not nasally enough.
When I get angry, it gets more nasal. And when I drink.
But we're going to keep you calm, and we're not giving you any liquor.
Okay, good.
Now, you made some great films, man. One of my favorites of your recent was Ted.
Oh, my God, so funny.
Which is like are you going to do a Ted too?
We start shooting in less than a month.
Oh,
going to Boston,
and
yeah.
Can I ask you, I know everyone's asked you, the bear's not there.
No.
You're acting with just a ball?
Well, they'll do a thing where one guy will take like the bear and they'll say, "Oh, he's going to go here," and then he's going to go there, and then they'll use like the silver ball, and then they'll basically just put like a stick with 2 eyes on it.
So it's your imagination.
Yeah.
You're imagining
Yeah,
it.
it's just like making pretend like you're a kid again.
That's incredible.
But Seth MacFarlane will be there doing the voice.
Right.
But now doing it with Transformers, where there's like 10 giant robots around, and they're all kind of talking, going back and forth, and moving around. It's a lot harder to.
You know what's crazy? I am on Tinder. Don't judge me. And I looked through it, and one of them, the guy's name was Ted, and it was a picture of Ted the bear. So I think I sent it to one of your producers. I think Ted is on Tinder.
He probably is.
I'm just telling you.
He probably
I literally thought you were going to say you hit like.
I definitely hit like. I don't think we were a match, though.
Oh, Ted.
So Ted's been busy between movies.
Ted's a catch.
Well, you know what? We got to take another break. But when we return, Mark is going to tell us why he was scared on the set of the new film Transformer: Age of Extinction. Mark Wahlberg scared? Come on, doesn't matter. Star of Transformer: Age of Extinction. Now, in this one, you're a single dad. You're a mechanic who discovers that your old truck is an alien robot, which is a transformer. But you said you were scared. What scared you about this movie?
No, there's a scene where I'm being chased, I'm being pursued by these government agents in Hong Kong, and we're actually on the roof of a building, on a 20-story roof, on a ledge, and there's one little cable holding you, but, we're running on the edge of it, and Michael's like, "Run faster," and they're throwing debris and stuff at me, and he wants me turning and running like this, and, going over this shoulder turn, and I was like, I didn't want to do it. And he was like, "What's going on? People told me, you used to do all your own stunts. You're jumping out of buildings, jumping off of roofs." I said, "Yeah, but dude, that's before I actually had a reason to want to live. I actually made some money. I'm like, I got a lot of reasons to want to live and survive." But I found myself really nervous. And the guy who was chasing me, Titus Welliver, I said, where would you rather be?" He goes, "Anywhere in the world." He said, "We'd much rather be doing a scene making out with me than chasing me in the building." I'm like, well, I'm not
Are you
doing
close
that,
to the edge?
Right on the edge, yeah. And when you see it in the movie, yes, it's terrifying.
See, I can't do heights.
Yeah.
That'd be a problem. Michael Bay and I would have to have a discussion about that. We got to change this scene up.
He was running up and down. He was running back and forth like it was no problem.
Michael's crazy.
Yeah.
Look at the mind that he has to come up with these movies. You know, from what I've heard, they say he's seen this movie before, like just the vision
he has
of it.
His head.
He'll sit there when you're shooting a scene. He's like, look, I already shot the scene in my head 6 months ago, so just stand there and say that, please. Go ahead. And I'm like, okay, no problem, whatever you want to do. When you're working,
like he needs to take the pill I take every morning.
What is that? What is it?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
You full of surprises, girl. I tell you, and we're going to take a look at a clip. Now, in this clip, Mark's character discovers that his old truck is a transformer. So here's Mark Wahlberg in Transformers: Age of Extinction.
Want to hook this back to a working battery? Oh, yeah. I don't think it's a truck at all. I think we just found a transformer.
Woo! Well, I tell you what, get out there and check it out. The movie is Transformers: Age of Extinction. It opens today. Mark Wahlberg, everybody. And when we come back, U.S. Open champion Michelle Wie will be here.